privilege this afternoon to deliver the purpose of our gathering here. I'm so much happy that the master seed that was sown in this school about 4 to 5 years ago has matured to this level, and it is bearing good fruits. Bearing good fruit in the sense that with a short interaction I had with the coordinator, I'm happy to announce to you that the race against HIV/AIDS awareness in the Eastern region is achieving a good purpose.
Sex, which is the major transmitter of HIV, is preserved for married people.
The problems we have with you young people is that you think that HIV probably might be for only the elderly people. So for you, you can never be infected. HIV has gone nowhere. It is still living with us here on this earth. But I want to promise you that we will never keep our mouth shut. We will continue to talk about HIV. We will continue to remind you of what HIV can do for you.
I view the program is really good, and it's creating an awareness for us to also impart good sourcing to our brothers and sisters in the house, to also help them know that AIDS is real.
Action Plus Foundation has done a great job, and I'll encourage them to do more, because if it's not for them, we won't know what to do and how to go.
The in-school population, you are the future of our country, Ghana. And if you are the future of Ghana and you are the future of the world, sitting here amongst you, we have ministers of state, we have presidents, we have the IGPs, the top people you know in the world. One of you is amongst us here. And for that matter, when it comes to the issue of HIV, it's very, very serious. You know that some time ago, all over we are hearing about HIV, we are hearing about AIDS. But now what is the story? It is silent. But we of the Action Plus Foundation, we are saying no, 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 until HIV is eradicated among human race. So the Ghana AIDS Commission and all the stakeholders like us, Action Plus Foundation, we have vowed that we aren't going to be silent. We will continue to talk to young ones like you.
Thank you so much for coming.
This program has given us the light that the sickness is there, so we have to be very careful in everything that we do. We need to be very cautious, especially sexual, because it has become something that is common. So I think it is a good program.
I've learned so many things from this program, and I thank Action Plus Foundation for educating us from HIV/AIDS, so that we should be careful with everything we are doing, and we should abstain from sex.
We are not the type of forces that fight with guns. We fight with our mouth to create awareness about what HIV can do in your life. And we have fought against HIV in the UK for 23 years, standing on our ground, in churches, in mosques, in marketplaces, in schools, to talk about HIV, so that we can save lives of many people, that they will never get themselves into such a situation. Here in the country, we have operated on this very sensitive issue for 12 years. Action Plus has managed to be the leading vocal voice for HIV prevention. We started the HIV campaign and the revival that goes with it here in this country. And from 2007 till now, we have never relented on our efforts to zero HIV. That the time will come that HIV will be no more in our world. And that's the vision that we carry. We are carrying this vision that one day, one time, there will be no more HIV in our world. Not in Ghana, not in Cote d'Ivoire, not in China, not in America. Nowhere. Nowhere in this world.
So 330,000 people, we know 330,000 people are living with HIV. But what percentage of those people are aware that they are living with the virus? Treatment is that 90% will have achieved viral suppression. Because U equals U. Because of the associated health outcomes of taking HIV medication early. So our ambition, the way to have zero new HIV transmission, is our 90-90-90 goals. That in Ghana, 90% of people who are living with HIV know that they have HIV. And that 90% of people who know they have HIV are taking their medication and supported to take it. And that within that, 90% of people have achieved viral suppression.
What I would advocate is that please, when we go back into our facilities, let's support the decentralized HIV testing, because that is the only way we can be able to achieve our first 90. And once we achieve our first 90, we know that the others would fall in place. And for those who are not health workers, please, when you go out into the community, please tell people to be bold and get tested, and that there's treatment and there's hope. And let's carry the message of U equals U with us as we go. Thank you very much.
I know how it is in Ghana. You can't spare a Saturday. But I know that you know that this is also very, very important to add up to what we have to make our country what we want it to be. So thank you so much for this precious time you have spent with us. And yes, me too, we are really overwhelmed for the in-depth of the information that you have been able to release for us. We want to assure you that every bit of it will be utilized so that all the targets that have been set up by UNAIDS will come to fruition. God bless you for your time.
When most HIV transmissions occur. Why? Because just the overwhelming amount of virus in the blood, in the bodily fluids, means that HIV transmission is most likely to occur within this first 12-week period.
To see if the woman can deliver by SVD without any complications.
3,300 cases of HIV acquisition were within children under the age of 14. What the data doesn't show is how many of those were acquired from mother to child during birth. But that's 16% of all new HIV cases in Ghana last year are in children. Let's think about people as people first. Me, I'm not HIV positive, I'm a woman living with HIV. The person, then the condition. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
To make it. It's a very rare opportunity for a shaman. You know, and it's good we keep on building our knowledge as caregivers. So I'm very happy we've been able to make it to this point. All that we are doing is to enhance care and service delivery, and we made it in our numbers, and the participation is good. In fact, for you to have even told me that you are hungry, you are tired, and you've learned a lot means that you've really been here. Yes. Clap for yourself. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Her pastor gave her support, but he also told his wife, and his wife told her friend, and her friend, and her friend. The next Sunday, everyone in the church knew this lady was living with HIV. This is not our Christian compassion. People living with HIV, they cannot pass on the virus through tea and coffee, drinking water, through kissing, through hugging. Now we know with HIV treatment, people living with HIV cannot even pass on the virus if they are taking their treatment.
To our local hospital, we are testing for HIV, they are free.
Time is not our friend, so say it shortly, but go there in the hospital, get tested, it's free.
Over my dead body and cancer that.
If you are told you are HIV, but you don't say, for me, never in my life, I can't be positive.
As I said, HIV, you need specific people. I say,
so HIV is not a respected person. Everyone. All people.
You should
go and test and see if we are positive. And also we should show those who so that we can stop AIDS. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We are Action Plus Foundation Ghana. Be bold and get tested. AIDS is real. Thank you very much.
Thank you. AIDS is real.
I don't know capsule and mum from Bremen and Jeffrey.
Now, where a non-governmental organization, Action Plus Foundation, is calling on government to intensify HIV/AIDS education and campaign to sustain the gains made against the fight of the epidemic over the years.
Current statistics have it that the prevalence rate for HIV infection in Ghana stands at 1.7%. In 2017, the figure was 1.47%, which made Ghana the 34th country with the highest rate out of 196 countries in the world, with Swaziland having the highest rate. Addressing a news conference in Tema, the Chief Executive Officer of Action Plus Foundation, Apostle Fred Anyan, observed that although some successes have been chalked, there is the need to do more in the fight against HIV and AIDS. He said currently the HIV and AIDS education campaign effort is dwindling, a situation he describes as worrying. He called on all stakeholders and other organizations to work together to ensure that Ghana achieves the UNAIDS 2030 target for ending the HIV/AIDS menace.
We have to work together. We have to stand up together and fight. HIV is not effective and all that. These are all myths and they are not facts. So it's all about the campaign. The grassroots campaign is very, very, very important in schools, in colleges, even in churches.
Operations Manager of Action Plus Foundation Ghana, Charles Zuta, believes that inadequate donor funding shouldn't be an excuse.
Somebody will say, well, Global Fund is no more coming, X Fund is no more coming, but we are Ghana. The issue is about Ghana. The issue is not about the UN. Action Plus Foundation for the past 22 years in UK and 12 years in Ghana has never taken any global fund, any fund from any organization up to date.
But today, by the grace of God, we have been able to manage to get funding. The name of the donor who supported us, may his soul rest in peace, he is Richard King. We are very, very grateful to God for getting this kind of funding from Richard King's Belly Kwesi. His legacy will live on, and we believe that with that we'll be able to amplify our voice in our schools throughout the country.
Country partner of Action Plus Foundation, Yasmin Dankley, outlined new modalities in the fight against HIV and AIDS.
Of a wave of technical, biomedical innovation and new information and breakthroughs that are already being rolled out in Eastern and Southern Africa. Today we have the science of U equals U. We also have PrEP that Apostle spoke about. PrEP is antiretroviral medication that someone who is not living with HIV, someone who is HIV negative, can take to stop themselves getting HIV. That means now, established within the HIV community, we know that there is oral medication you can take that will stop you getting HIV.